Well, good day and welcome back to the channel. And just as promised, we are back with this Cavalier monthly quest, and we are at chapter 2.1 with Ghost Rider as the boss. And for the team, we are kind of bringing Dr. Doom and Symbiote Supreme for the path, and also Human Torch for the boss, especially because it is a Mystic champion, and also the nodes kind of are suitable rather for Human Torch. And we also have Captain America Infinite War as a backup and also as a synergy for Human Torch, and Thing is of course for the synergy purposes. And again, before that, if you are new to the channel, please go ahead and click the subscribe button so that every time I post a video you kind of get notified, and that also helps me in growing as a creator. And also please feel free to check out all the other videos in the channel. That helps me a lot too. And especially about this chapter, it's pretty much suitable for Mystic champions, especially those who can possibly nullify buffs from the opponent, or even more ideally you'd want someone who can place stagger debuffs or passive, whatever it is, so that you can pretty much prevent them from gaining unstoppable, which is pretty much the common node on every single path in this chapter. And also we'll be taking path A, so that of course you don't have to deal with that additional node which every other path essentially will have. And as you can see, the first fight is Mr. Annihilus, who can be a little bit tricky if you are not very much aware of his mechanism kind of. So pretty much it's about his cosmic rod, which you'd essentially want to kind of nullify, and that will kind of give him three fury buffs, and you can after that play him quite normally. And ideally you would also like to kind of stick to baiting his SP1, because of course his SP2 can be detrimental, especially when using 4-star champions. And also that Annihilus can deal insane damage with his SP2. Now we've been talking about the amount of stripers it will inflict on you. But apart from that, also Symbiote Supreme is one of the best counters, or maybe even the best counter for that matter, for this fight. I mean Annihilus. And that is also because Symbiote Supreme, by his default ability, prevents the opponent from getting any buffs at the start of the fight. And because of that, Annihilus starts the fight without the cosmic rod, of course. And then if he can pretty much place stagger throughout the fight, he can kind of deprive him of that effect, and likely make the fights kind of easier. And for the strategy, the plan is to kind of reach to 3 bars of powers and throw the SP3 while we have 100 genetic potentials. And the issue with me is I don't have a lot of points in the Mystic Dispersion, otherwise this fight could have been much easier, I reckon. Especially because he tends to gain a lot of buffs. So Symbiote Supreme with Mystic Dispersion can be awesome for this fight. And apart from that, you should also keep your eye on that unstoppable timer, because you can pretty much rely less on your staggers, especially on this fight in particular. And also of course don't make mistakes like this, which I am essentially famous for. Quite lucky for me that I was in that armor phase, and that safeguard kind of saved me. To sum it all up, however, the plan is pretty much the same. We start with SP3 and try and spam SP2s if possible. Otherwise, we can just stick to SP3 and basic attacks. That is a much safer way, in my opinion. As you can see, one last SP3 and the fight was over pretty much comfortably. And moving on, we have Night Tracer, who doesn't gain any buffs, kind of, except from the node, except from the unstoppable from the node, of course. So we'll be using Dr. Doom. Only problem, however, is that this lad is immune to Incinerate, and so Doom will not be dealing as much damage with his SP2 as he would usually do. So we'll rather stick to our SP3 and only use SP2 if it's like the finishing blow. So as you can see, we are almost at 3 bars, and we throw our SP3 and we'll try to rush back to another SP3, and then hopefully the next SP2 will finish the fight. So the plan is pretty simple and straightforward. Then it gives us 2 bars of powers. We'll just parry one combo to heavy and we should reach 3 bars again. Boom, throw it. And after this one combo, SP1 to SP2, and the fight is over. Light, medium, SP1, and an insane SP2. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that was quite nice, wasn't it? Anyhow, and we move on to the next fight, which is Silver Sapphire, who kind of can gain a lot of buffs given certain situations, like whenever he throws his special attacks or his heavy attacks, which he likes to throw around for no reasons at all sometimes. But however, if we can prevent him from doing all those stuff, meaning stopping him from using heavies or special attacks, we would not have to be worried much about that unstoppable, because all of our heavy attacks are placing stagger on him, and they will likely remove the unstoppable as soon as it triggers. And apart from that, the idea is again the same. We go to SP3, cycle back to another SP3, and the next SP2 finishes the fight, pretty much. So double medium, triple light, medium, SP1, and wait until the unstoppable is nullified, parry, full combo to heavy, SP3. And after that one combo, SP1 and SP2, the fight is over. Medium, light, medium, SP1, and SP2, boom, boom, boom. So it was easy too. Moving on, the next one is a little bit tricky, especially because it's Magneto and we can not use Doom because he's tagged as a metal champion. However, we have our good old Symbiote Supreme, who is not tagged as metal and can deal with the fight quite comfortably. And for the strategy, we already kind of know it. Rush to the SP3, throw it when you have maximum genetic potentials, and then possibly throw SP2s and ransom repeat it. That's pretty much about it, unless of course his prowess buffs do not consume our stagger and keeps getting unstoppable. I almost got caught by his SP1. Shame on me that even after playing years of the same champion, I'm still not comfortable evading his SP. Anyway, continuing, we already have kind of full passive prowess permanent, and we have the fifth one, and it is converted as well. We wait until the unstoppable is nullified, one combo parry to SP3 so that we can attack immediately after the SP3, which is a small little trick, can be handy, just like this, and try and bait his special. Okay, he throws it heavy. We continue, bait the SP2 out, and hopefully the SP2 will do half the amount of damage. Moving on, we don't have any stagger, so we stay away for a while. We change our phase to our SP2 possibly. Almost done. We bait the SP2, parry one combo to SP2. Was not even necessary, but why not? The fight is over, as you can see. The next one is Diablo. Senior Diablo. So he's pretty straightforward. He doesn't gain any buffs on his own, except that unstoppable from the node, of course, which we can anyway nullify instantly almost. And apart from that, the idea is still the same. We'll wait until the next unstoppable is nullified, and then we just... Oh no. I did not want him to throw his special, so it should have cycled through my specials. We'll have to wait a little more. Hopefully he will cooperate a little. This should be alright. Boom. And we might not need 2 SP3s on this case, unlike the earlier encounters we had using Doom, because of course he's not immune to Ancient Witch. Yeah, baby. That was nice. Combo to heavy, take a little special one. Doesn't kill him. Waiting, and throw a heavy. Oh no, I thought I was doing medium to SP2, but it ended up an SP1 instead. But doesn't matter anyway. So this is sorted. Moving on, we have the last fight before the boss, which is Miss Electra. And again, she cannot trigger any buffs on her own except for that unstoppable from the node. And the plan is pretty much sorted. Starts with an SP3, cycle to an SP2, and it will probably kill her. Or if not, just a combo or two. And it's just simple as that. So let's see. Give me a parry. Boom. SP3 launched. Medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, SP1 and SP2. Now, boom! Oh, it's so juicy. Wait and bait, wait and bait. Give me my SP2 bro. Go to SP2 and finish the fight hopefully. Of course, wait. Boom. Alright. So the path is complete and all we have left is the boss, which is of course Mr. Ghost Rider. Maybe let's have a quick glance at the nodes, which are prey on the weak, meaning you don't want to bring any champion who can gain buffs frequently, otherwise you might end up pushing him to SP3. And also of course it's brute force, meaning if you don't hit him within 6 seconds, you will take degeneration damage, which will be removed only after your next hit on him. And this is special, stun once twice psi, which I often forget in the middle of the fight and wreck myself doing that. And also the interesting one is thermostat, meaning you start with 10 values of that and every hit increases it by 1, and whenever you block or use special attacks it will reduce the amount by 2. And if you reach the max stack of 20, you will take perhaps Incinerate, and if you take it down to 0, you might take Cold Snap. Apart from that, he also has Hard Knot Life, which means if you, with every parries you make, your block proficiency will be decreased by 50%, and also it will reduce your defensive abilities. So not ideal to parry him repeatedly. And our plan is very simple and straightforward. We are going to use our lovely Hementors and hopefully finish him before we take too much of damage. So that's pretty much the idea. And also because of the stun vulnerability, we'll kind of try to reach up to those 2 bars of power, and hopefully with the Nova Flame and 200% increased damage, the fight will go smoother and faster. So that's pretty much the idea, and let's start it. Start with an heavy, of course, so that it is to the maximum stacks of what you call a temperature. And as you can see, the debuff is on us. That means every parry deals that amount of damage, and of course we have that beautiful sting, power sting, or whatever it is called. Got hit. And as you can see, he's just melting, you know. Oh, wait. Wait until the sting expires. So SP2, it will stun him. do a check a little heavy, and oh no, we cannot attack him on time. We were kind of slow, perhaps. And then one more combo, and it should be over. Oh, you see how simple that was. So, perhaps throughout the quest, the simplest and easiest fight, my opinion, was the boss. And overall, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please click that like, share with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel, which kind of encourages me. And also I'll be posting the next chapters really soon. Stay tuned for that, and till then, take care and have a great day.